Hey everybody, welcome to J Stern Designs Disasterland. I thought it was bad when I was working on my patterns, but I will tell you the fabric is 10 times worse, because I'll tell you why. Hey Janie, welcome. I have fabric that I organized fabric out of my closet. I also emptied the bin that was underneath my table. So now my table has nothing under it, which is kind of cool. But I almost feel deflated. Let me just be honest. I feel like my room is messier than when I started because I'm now pulling things out and what I'm finding is just a jumbled up. Ugh. So I thought what I would do today is share with you everything I found in my closet. I'm going to go through the fabrics and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with each thing. And then I'm going to set the closet up to be my what I'm working on now space, because it's got shelves. It's easy to see what's in there. And if I weed out everything I'm not using, I think that will make it more efficient for me to find things. Let me just stop and say hi. Hi, Donna. Hi, Kim. Hi, Diane. Hi, Dawn. And hi, Kathy. You're the first time you're getting to watch live. Well, welcome to my mess. Ah! Okay, so hey, Joy. Welcome. All right, so you can see here, I'm going to switch my view. It always gets worse before it gets better. Oh, Sally says, your disaster comment made me chuckle, but it can be overwhelming to sort through stuff. Hang in there. Oh, Diane's welcoming Kathy. I love that. Hey, Jen. Excited to see your closet today. All right. Well, Julie, you're going to be so excited because, well, in my head, I literally had 6 hours and I thought I would have time to take everything out and put it back. And that did not happen, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to put back in the closet. It's completely empty now. And just to show you, oh my God, I have so much stuff. Okay. Just to show you, closet is clean. It was really hard. Here's the closet. It's all nice and clean now. I'm going to go through some stuff and then I'm going to put things back. And I might ask your opinion on some things because that's how much stuff we have. But like I said at the very beginning, I'm going to use the closet as my, this is what I'm working on now, fabrics. So my things that I'm going to be sewing, all going to go in that closet nice and neat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully store fabrics that I have no intention of using anytime soon. I also have, I'll probably have another bin that will be, well, one will be seasonal, never going to use anytime soon. So all of my, it's tricky because it's January. So I'm going to be sewing winter stuff. But I'm going to focus on specific projects. This is why this makes it so hard. So first, let me just switch my view here. And you can see I made this giant pile of everything. And it goes on and on and on. I completely cleaned my table. So my table is completely cleaned. And if you check my Instagram story, I actually weeded through all of my pens and markers and small tools that were in my decorative Polish pottery cups that I keep them in. And I got rid of everything that does not write anymore. So I scribbled on a paper and got rid of all those. I also cleaned off all the mess on my table to make room for a new mess. So now I have a new mess and I'm just going to show you what I found and whether or not I'm keeping it and how I'm going to categorize it. So I'm going to start with these things right here. Let me just back this up a little. Okay. So these things right here I found. Do you know what this is? I don't remember how many years ago this was, but I made all of these half muslins. And the cool thing about these half muslins is, let me just get one and I'll show you. Here, let's use the size 20. So let me just show you this. Let me put my face camera back on. So I thought that this could be a way to help determine what your cup size is. So you can see what I did here was I made this muslin and I cut apart the pieces, or I made the pieces adjustable. So the places where you would have to, you know, adjust, like if you needed to petite your armhole or adjust the side seam and then do a full bust adjustment, and here's the armhole again. So I have a whole set of these in all the sizes. Oh, this is actually the size 14 that I picked out. But basically, I may keep these and reignite this as a class because I taught this at the National ASG conference many years ago now. But this was a really cool concept, and I might revisit using these for fitting. So these are my how to determine how much bust adjustment you need and armhole. So I thought that was kind of fun. I found those. So that leads me to my first category of things I need to store. So let me just stop and say hi. Janie says, so it's all shelves in your closet. Yes, I have a freestanding 5 shelves in my closet. I have an identical set of shelves like that in my room across the hall. So I'm going to be storing some of these things in there and then some in the across the hall in the other room. So that's going to be my plan. And again, in here, in that closet is going to be my, I'm using it now fabrics. So that's how I'm going to store those in there along with some other things. Let me just stop and say hi to, hi Cynthia, welcome. I'm definitely making progress. I will have this finished in 2 weeks. And I guess this is now a good time to announce next FabFit Friday, I'm taking a break from cleaning because I'm going to have a joint live with 2 or 3 of my pattern nerd friends who are going to be teaching at Sew Expo. I have to check with one other person to see if she wants to come, but I want to introduce to the people so they know each other and so they can make friends there, because I sadly am not going to Sew Expo. So next FabFit Friday is going to be a joint live, and we're going to talk patterns, what they're teaching at Sew Expo, and all that fun. So that means the week after next Friday, I plan to reveal my completely finished room because I have to wrap this up. I can't keep dragging this on. So that's my goal for myself. Let's say hi to, Lorna from New Zealand. Welcome. Bradley from Georgia. Cynthia said that's a great idea. And Bettina, welcome, Bettina. Bettina sent me an email about her top she's working on, and I promise you I will get back to answer you. Thank you for the second set of photos. So I will be helping you in the next day or so, but thank you for joining me. All right, so I'm going to keep these. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a pile of class-related stuff that I don't want to get rid of, and I'm going to store that labeled in a tub in my room across the hall. So this is going to leave my room for now, but I'm going to have it in an accessible place where it's easy to find when I want to get back to it. Hi, Andrea and Sandy. Welcome, welcome. The next thing I found is my bag o' sports bra stuff. I did a DIY sports bra. All of this stuff was my leftover stuff. I'm going to keep this stuff in case I ever want to make a new sports bra. So these 2 things right out of the gate are leaving this room, and I'm going to organize them next door. The next thing that I found, let me just show you some Another project that I purchased this at Sew Expo, or no, the Novi Sewing Expo many years ago, and I was going to make this for my husband because he loves to fish. So I purchased this pre-cut fusible applique. It's a trout, and I actually bought some fabric that I thought would work well with it. So I hope my husband's not watching right now, because I may actually make this for him, because I still love the idea. So this is also going to get stored out of my room, but in an accessible place. So I'm just going to put that in that pile. All right. Now, switch gears. I found some kid art. So people ask me what to call, like what people should call me. Jen, Jennifer, Jenny. I hate Jenny, but there was a period in my life when I was probably 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. I thought Jenny was cool. So you can see I made this art. So here we have some clouds. It's on a canvas, look. This is from Jennifer Nelson Clouds in Acrylic, April 16th, 1981. And then I made some trees and woods. And then this is actually a painting of my parents' family room. Had big windows with heavy wooden sashing between the windows, and my mom had a lot of plants. So this is actually my family room in my house growing up. I didn't date that one, but basically I have this kid art. It was stuck in my closet. Hey Christine from Wichita. Phyllis says, sorry I'm late. Fun to see your stash. Oh, we're going to get to the stash in 1 minute. And then Victoria says, cleaning and organize, always horrible, but it gets better. Instead of telling yourself what I have facing me, instead I tell myself what I've accomplished. That's true. I need to puff myself up here. But I will be saving these arts somewhere, not in my room. Tana says, you inspire me to organize and thin out my sewing closet in the process, but I can't yet toss my quilt making files. I know I have stuff I don't know what to do with that I can't throw away. That's why I'm going to put them organized in another room. Julie says, so what do you want us to call you? Oh, Jen or Jennifer is fine. I don't know what it is about Jenny, and it's a lovely name. I don't want to say it's not. It's not my favorite thing for me, but Jen or Jennifer is fine. All right, so those are little kid art things. And then on the top shelf, I had these boxes that my mom gave me. And really all that's in these are a mishmash of buttons and just things. So I'm going to reorganize all of these things into a neater situation. But you can see here's another one. Look how cute that is. So again, all buttons and things. So I will be organizing those. And actually, this is kind of fun. In this box, there was a note, and the note was written to Erin, who owned Manchester Sewing that I used to work at. And I think I have this note because it says, Dear Erin, thank you so much for having me come to your shop. You're going to have a wonderful setup. I hope it serves you well. We moved into a new store. Jennifer should be able to do wonders with her personality and drive to show the ladies how wonderful FOF totally is. Because I used to be the FOF educator in the store. So this is like a blast from my past, this little note from Dawn. So, I mean, it was to Erin, but I ended up with it. So that's kind of fun. So these boxes are going to be organized into a nice button box. And I don't know if they're going to be in my room or not. They might go across the hall as well. Oh, Julie says, my daughter Jennifer also hates Jenny. Yeah, I think I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to poo-poo the name because someone's name is Jenny. It is a lovely name. It's just not for me. Okay, then I didn't realize this, but I thought I had a handle on where all my thread was, and I found this box completely full of embroidery thread and cotton quilting thread and other kinds of thread. So I'm going to have to deal with all of my thread when I get to that. But oops, all my fabric just fell. Oops. All right. So I'm going to be dealing with the thread. Now I think what we should do is look at some fabric, since I just had an avalanche fall. Okay, so see what happened? My whole pile just fell. So let's look at these things a little at a time. And you're going to see that I have a lot of black. So this, I made a pile of everything that I took out of the closet. Let me see if I can get it to be nicer. Let me make it a little brighter. Hold on one second. There we go. Now you can see better. Okay, so this is a black double brushed poly. It's very nice and soft. I know I'll use it for something. I'm going to start all of my knits that are like, really, you could wear these any time of year depending on what you make. So some things are seasonless. So I am going to take this and I'm going to put it in my tub, nice and neat. And I think this tub is going to end up just being all my knits that I know are seasonless, and I'm going to use them. This is a burnout, like a grunge kind of knit I bought to make leggings out of, and I bought this probably 10 years ago, and I still haven't made leggings, and now I feel like I'm too old for that, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but that's one of the fabrics that this is going to go in, like, I might not ever use this anytime soon pile. So I'm going to just be making piles of these things. This is a double-faced knit, and I want to scroll up closer to show you here. Look how cool this is. It's got almost like a scrungy texture on the outside, and it's got a smooth face on the inside. This is definitely a winter weight knit. So this is going to go into my winter fabrics. So I'm going to make a pile for that. And then after I make all these piles, I'm going to put them, all my winter ones are going to go in across the hall. Dee says, have you heard about Stash Hub? It's designed for sewists. You can keep track of your fabrics, patterns, notions, projects, people's measurements, and it's just awesome. Huh. I have not heard of that. If there's a link for that, Dee, put it in the chat so people can check it out and I can check it out. All right, this is a black rayon jersey. Again, this is seasonless. It's going to go in my seasonless pile. This, I love this knit. This knit looks like it's scratchy glitter, but it's actually a soft looking like glitter, and it's ombre because it goes from copper to silver across. So see, here's the copper side and it goes to silver. I've already made a top out of this. I will be making something else out of this. I love this knit. So I will be keeping this, but again, this is more of a winter weight. This is going to go in my winter knit pile. Then I have this very inexpensive polar fleece. This is probably from Joann Fabrics. So this is going to go into my winter pile. And then I have a lovely, I love this, but I've been conflicted on what to use it for. This is a double-faced Ponte knit, but it has some wool. So it's soft on this side and it's scratchy on this side. So even though I love this when I got this, I've had this in my stash for a long time and I've only used it, I used it once to make a knit bag. So I don't know. I do want to use this, but I'm going to put it in my, I might not sew for it for a long time pile. And really what I'm hoping is if I can categorize all of this stuff into smaller categories, when I want to find something, I'll be able to I'll make a list of everything that's in each tub or wherever I put each thing, and then I'll easily be able to find it. So I am going to do the note cards. I'm going to keep, someone suggested getting a little photo album and putting notes for different things. I'm going to be doing that. This is another Ponte knit, and it's a rough light gray color. This is probably something I would use to test a knit pant pattern. So this is going to start a new category for me. This is going to be muslin fabric. So fabrics I'm going to use not to create a finished garment, but to test fit things, because I would never wear this light gray color. It's just a rough color on your body for me. So this is going into, I will use this for muslin pile. Let's put those right there. Okay, now I have, this is black, tiny little rib knit. So you can see it's got like a little rib. This is going to go into my black any season knit pile. And this knit, this is a novelty knit. I've already made a sleeveless tank, my tank top two ways pattern. I've made this for myself. I wear it to death. I'm definitely going to make another one from this. I love this fabric. The thing about this fabric is it's got pin tucks sewn into it, so it's flat on one side, on the wrong side, and it's got this texture on the right side, but it's polyester and it's very warm. So this is perfect for a day when, you know, it's cool, like not super hot. I can't wear this like 90-degree weather, but like 60s, 70s. I love this. I wear this, the top I made from this, all the time. And in the winter, sometimes I'll put it under a cardi. So this is something I'm keeping. This is one of my favorites. It's going to go into my seasonless knit pile. This is another fabric. This is like a nylon polyester. I don't even know what it is. Maybe like a scuba or something. This is going to be going into my, I'll test fit something with this. I would not wear this in a finished garment. So this is going to be muslin fabric. This is, and I don't know why I felt I needed this, but it's a scratchy, glittery knit lace. So it's got a little bit of give to it. I think this is going to be something else I will use to test fit if I ever work with something like this and I need a, you know, something to test first. And actually I have two different colors, so I guess I felt like I really needed it. I have it in this tan and I have it in red. Again, these are going into my, I'm going to test a garment pile. All right, I have little pieces of leather and I have big pieces of suede and leather. So those are going to be going into, you know, their own storage. So for some reason, I really thought I liked all of this olive green, butter soft suede. So I haven't had the urge to sew anything leather in a while, but all of my leather is going to go together. And I do have more leather, so I can share that on another day. But just so you know, I have lots of leather. It's all going to be stored, and I'm not going to fold it because sometimes that's creasy. So it's folded right now. All my leather is going to get rolled or lay flat. Like something like this will lay flat. But if I have something big like this leather right here, you can see I'm rolling it just so it doesn't get creased and damaged. So if you have leather, folding it, especially if you're not going to use it for long periods of time, that's a good idea to keep it nice and safe. And I rolled it, you know, and then I can, you know, store that. And like I said, I'll be rolling and storing all of my leather and suede. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. All right. I have some swimsuit fabric, and this one, I think, okay, so my two wonderful sewing friends, Janie and Judy, they're sisters. They came to Gail and I did Stitching Zen, Summer Zen with Gail and Jen, and we had an event in Maryland. And I know this is horrible. I can't remember if it was Janie or Judy who gave me this. I want to say it was Janie. But this is beautiful swimsuit fabric that I'm going to be making myself something to dip in the pool with for the spring. And then I also have some of this left. This is a really high quality swimsuit fabric. And this right here is the most amazing suplex for shorts underneath your swim skirts. So all three of these things are going into my summer knits. So I'm just going to start a pile for that. Okay. Felted wool, little piece of felted wool. Those I will store somewhere probably with my leather. Felted wool and leather. This is Power Net. I'm going to put this with my swim stuff because I might line the top of my tankini with that. Okay, I got this fabric at Sew Expo last year, mostly because I loved the fact that this company in Oregon, which I'm so sorry I can't remember the name of it now, but basically they are trying to revive the whole sewing employment, because I guess this big factory closed in Oregon, and so they're trying to hire people and connect people, and they make this rain and waterproof fabric. So I bought this fabric and I'm going to use it to make a tablecloth by the pool. So this is going in my summer fabric, and I'm definitely going to use that this year. Now see, this is where I get a little, I don't know, nostalgic. This is a piece that my husband's uncle got from his travels somewhere in South America, and this was hand stitched. You can see, hand stitched, and I have it in my stash because I want to do something special with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I found it in the pile on the shelf in my closet, and it's just beautiful. So I'm going to do something with this. I don't know what. So I'm going to have like a special, when I put all my stuff away, the things that are special and unique, I'm going to store across the hall somewhere nice and neat. Lorna says, out walking while watching you, and massive thunder and lightning and hailstorm has arrived, and it's midsummer. Oh my goodness, Lorna, stay safe. That's crazy that you're watching me while walking around in thunder, lightning, hailstorm all the way from New Zealand. That's crazy. Thank you so much. All right, so I will be storing this somewhere careful, not in the light, because here's another thing you have to remember. If you're storing fabrics for any length of time, and you don't want them to fade, so I'm going to be storing this probably when I clean out my other closet, which I haven't gotten to yet, has a cedar closet in the back. I think this is going to go in the cedar closet. Okay, so then I have more knits. I have a lot of black knit. This is a crepe black. This is a rib knit black, and I have to say I'm embarrassed. I did sew one thing out of this, and it never saw the light of day because I didn't take the time to check the amount of stretch it had, and it turned out to be a scuba suit. I just assumed this was going to be like super stretchy because it's a rib knit, and it wasn't. So I ended up having to throw away what I made out of this knit. But it's a very nice knit. I will be making something else. Both of these are going in my black knit pile that are seasonless. Hi, Zuri the Dreamer. Welcome, welcome. This is a brown mesh. You can see it's very see-through. And I have a bunch of things like that. Like I have this fabric here. This is a mesh that I think I would use it for a trim. Look how see-through that is. So I'm going to take all of my fine fabrics like this that are very lightweight and sheer, and I'm going to store those together in their own thing. Let me see if I have any other things like that. This is this is a gray, same thing. You can see it's very see-through, not as much as the other ones, but again, it's a very fine piece. This is flocked netting, which I thought was very cool. So you can see it's got flocking, but it's also very sheer. So I'm going to put that in that pile. And I have some beautiful gray chiffon that's silk. So that's going to go in this delicate pile. And let's see what else I have. Oh, all right. Now this falls under the category of why did I buy this? Like, in what world did I think I needed a light baby blue silk charmeuse? And honestly, I wish I had found this while I was working with my bias. Remember when I'm working on my 1 or 3 seam bias top? I would have liked to use this to test. This is going to go into my test pile, even though it's silk, because I would never wear this, I don't think, as a serious garment. It's a too light of a color, and it's just so shiny. So this is going to be, when I'm testing silk bias garment, I'm going to use this for that. So that brings up a point that, you know, if you've got a stash of things and, you know, you bought something many years ago and you're looking at it now, know that it's okay. You can use it for something other than a completed garment. You can use it to test. And I think I've mentioned that when you're working on a garment, you really want to pick a fabric that is similar to your final fabric. So having some of these fabrics in my stash that I'm going to use for testing fabrics, I think is going to be very helpful for me in the future. All right, I did make a crossover cardie out of this. This is a gray sweater knit. It's like a lace. So I'm going to put that in the skinny pile, or my, you know, my very sheer pile. This is also very sheer. You can see it's very, very sheer. This could be like a beach cover-up or something. We'll see, but it's sheer, so I'm going to put it in that pile. And then I have some of this lace, this netting, and I've got a brown and black cheetah print, and this is just netting, so it's extremely sheer. See how you can see through it? And then this is a solid blue version of this one. So all of these fine fabrics are going to go together. And I have more of the black, this black lace. And this is a kimono that one of my students gave me at Sanford Brown College. And I do cut pieces of this and use it for little samples and things. But I may use this for something. It's variegated, so it goes from white to black. So that's something that I may, you know, use this for something, but it's a silk chiffon. See? So that's all going to go together. Okay, so all of these sheer things, I think that's all my sheer things that I have for now. Those are all going to get stored together across the hall. I'm just going to put them over here for now. This falls into the category of, this is a rayon jersey, not what am I saying, rayon challis. This is going to go into my test it for fit pile, probably for when I'm working on something on the bias. So this is going to go into my testing fabric pile. Oh, Rena says the fabric from your relative would make a beautiful hanging. It would make a beautiful hanging. I may do that. It was so cool when he brought it over for us. I immediately stored it somewhere safe, and it's been a while since I've looked at it. Oh, hey, Mary. Mary, you missed me putting away a lot of black fabric already. Um, but look, here's a color. This, I don't know why I thought I needed this. This is a orange and neon yellow burnout knit that's two-faced. This is going in my summer knit pile. I might make like a beach cover up out of this. I don't know, we'll see. But I thought it was very cool, and it's a very brave color choice for me. But maybe something for the summer. So I am going to save that in my summer pile. And then here is another knit. This is kind of cool because it's literally gray and navy, and you can see it's see-through because you can see the knit through it. But this, I bought this to make a top out of, and I haven't yet, but this will go into my summer fabric pile for knits. All right, you've seen me, I've made something out of this tie-dye blue. This is kind of a really soft sweater knit. So I do have enough to make another top out of this. I was initially yucky with this because it was very pilly, but after I washed it a couple times, it doesn't pill anymore. I think I got this at Fabric Mart. It's really a dream to feel. So, but this is more of a winter weight, so this is gonna go in my winter knit pile. And then here's some more black, more double brush poly. And then this is a lightweight knit. I made a skirt out of this, and I wear it all the time. Like, especially when I traveled. I took it to Houston. I took it to when I was in Kansas. I love this fabric. It's lightweight. It's not very stretchy though, so I have to be careful what I use it for, but this is a summer weight fabric. This fabric right here is fabric that I bought to make my daughter a dress. And again, it's not super stretchy, so I'm going to have to be careful with, you know, it's got almost no stretch in the vertical direction and only probably 10-15% stretch in the cross grain direction. But I do want to make my daughter something to a dress. And actually, keep your fingers crossed because she got invited back for a final interview because she has her master's degree in public health policy and she's been looking for a job, and she's going to be going on a final interview a week from Wednesday. I'm very excited for her. So maybe I'll make her a special dress to wear under a blazer for that interview out of this, maybe. I don't know if I'll have time, but in any case, this is for Anna, and I'm going to put these both in my summer knit pile. Okay, and then this gray, you've seen me use this to test things. This goes in my test knit. This is a test knit. It's a t-shirt weight cotton jersey. So I'll be using this to test designs. So you can see, I'm kind of excited. I have, in my stash now, I have knits, I have silk charmeuse, I have stretch lace, and I have, what was the other thing? Oh, the Ponte knit. So I have a bunch of things I can use to test things with. I'm really excited. This is another test fabric right here. This is vintage Joanne fabrics. One of my friends gave this to me. So you can see here it says, designed exclusively by Lauren Lee for Joanne Fabrics. It's, I don't know, this has to be 10, 20 years old, like really old. And it's one of those knits that really, it doesn't have, I mean, it's got stretch, but it doesn't recover. It doesn't snap back. It kind of grows as you stretch it. So this can be a test fabric for me for something I'm working on. And this fabric right here, I made a top out of this, and I made it together with, this was the sleeves, and this was the front and back of it. And the thing about this knit is, after I wore it a few times, this knit does not hold up in the wash. So sometimes, you know, when you're working with something, you can kind of see how it lasts over time. These knits did not hold up to the wash and dry and wear. So I'm conflicted on what to do with these knits now, because they're nice rib knit, but they didn't hold up washing and drying. So I'm going to start a new category. This is going to be if I need to cut kits to show people how to learn to sew with knits. So that's what I'm going to use these for going off in the future. Mary says, Jen, off topic, but what is the name of the company that makes the cutting mats for the measurements given them? Oh, Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface Company. The Big Mat Rotary Cutting Surface Company. And they have a website, and they will make a mat any size that you want. And I mean, you know I love my Sew Tights magnetic mat, but this mat here, it's a few years old now, and it's as good as the day I got it. I love it. So this pile is going to go for if I need to make kits to show people how to sew knits. That's a new category. And then I have some more. This is rayon jersey, and I guess I love this. I bought it 2 separate times. I have a lot of it. It's a navy and cream stripe. So this goes in my summer pile. Then I have had this in my stash for probably 10 years. It's brown and cream stripe. I will never wear a brown and cream stripe. So this is going to go into my I want to test a new pattern pile. Okay. All right. Then we have, this is a little piece of matte jersey. I love matte jersey because it does not cling. And I have enough here to be part of a garment. It's probably a half yard that I have left here, or maybe a little bit more than a half yard, that much more, all the way across. So I'm going to save this, and it might get incorporated into a tee or something. I already made a full tee out of this, but I do like the polka dots. This is going to go into my summer pile. This, I think you've seen me wear I made my pull-on shorts out of this. I loved these shorts to death, and as a matter of fact, they're trash now. I wore them so much over the past summer that happily I have enough to make a new pair of pull-on shorts for next summer. So these are going to be on my body next spring. So Diane wants to know if I ever just throw away fabric or do I donate it to the Salvation Army, etc. I try not to throw away fabric. I mean, I had some pieces that were just cut up in such a way that they were not really usable for anything. Those I did pitch into the garbage, but if it's anything that's even remotely usable for somebody, you can donate them to the Salvation Army. And I am going to be looking into, and I'm sorry I didn't do that for today, but there is a thing online where you can buy a bag for $20 and you ship it to them, and then they send you a $20 coupon to buy stuff on their website. I can't remember the name of it, but I promise I will tell you about that later. And then I'll make a pile of things that I'm going to completely give away if I come to them. I haven't so far. Everything I've shown you is going into one or another pile. One of the ways I get away without throwing away fabric is if I don't like it, I use it to test fit something. Mary says, I think silk is pretty easy to dye and make a great lining. Oh, as mentioned. Well, that is true. That is true. Trust me, if I use any of these silk fabrics or any of those things that I'm showing you that I'm saying I'm going to test a garment with, it's going to be at the point at which it might even be a wearable sample. Like, I won't just cut it out and like willy-nilly. Like, I'll think about it before I use it because it is good fabric, but sometimes I have a better fabric and I don't want to, waste the better fabric on a mistake. So I do get around throwing away things by using them to test fit things. Oh, Sandy says that she ordered one. I'm assuming she's talking about the cutting mat, and she's had it for 8 months and it's still wonderful. So yay, if you're talking about the cutting mat, then I'm with you there. So this is going in my summer pile, and you will see these on my body by probably May. All right. Now, I've had this piece in my stash for a long time. I felt like I needed this piece of semi-stretchy velour that has been cut to look like corduroy. This is going in my winter sewing bucket. I don't know when I'm ever going to use it. I like it, but I've had it for a long time, and I keep looking at it, and I keep putting it back. So this is going in my winter pile. Okay, this is a giant piece of gorgeous Ponte knit, and I have this in my, when I saw it, I bought 5 yards of it because it was so nice. It's a dark navy. This is the color that Anna needs for her pants when she's reffing volleyball. So my plan for this is to make Anna some pants that she can wear to volleyball when she's reffing, and I have 5 yards of it. So this is just going to go right in my, I'll be using it within the next 6 months pile. Okay. Oh, these are 2 cards. Okay, here's a piece of polar fleece, and I love this fleece, but you can see it's a huge lint collector, so I don't know if I'm ever going to sew with it because I'm afraid I'll become a walking lint brush, but it's a super high quality, high pile fleece that's very linty, but this will go in my winter pile, and I may discover something I want to make out of this. Winter pile. All right, so look at, I've cleared away one whole space. See, we're getting there. So those are all my knits. Oh, wait a minute, I have this knit. This is a, I think a black ITY knit. This will go into my seasonless black box. Okay. All right, now that's all my knits, and so I've got a bunch of categories. I'm putting those things in. Now let's look at some wovens. I'm going to start right out of the gate of this. I think this was my mom's fabric because I would never buy this myself. It's a embroidered brown like broadcloth. This is going to go into my testing, maybe to fit a button-down shirt, because brown is not my color, but it is kind of cool fabric, so I will use this to test fit something non-stretch. Okay, so Victoria says, how will you store these different piles? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get matching tubs that are sized in a way that I can put them on the shelves that you saw in my closet that I just, I showed you the picture of my closet. I have no idea where my phone, oh, here it is. So this size shelving, let me just show you the shelf again. All right, so this size shelving, I have that across the hall as well. So I'm going to find, I think, either baskets or tubs, and I'm going to label everything that's in each tub so I can easily just go in and look for what I want to look for. I'm not going to make giant tubs like that big tub I showed you that I cleaned out at the end of the, at the beginning of the live. I'm going to use that to store stuff, but it's not going to be chock full because I don't want to have to dig for stuff. So everything's going to be labeled. Everything is going to be put in tubs that are going to be organized in my other room, except for what I'm sewing with now. That's going to go in the closet in my room that I showed you that picture of just now. Mary says I can use it for accents for flannel type shirts. Oh, I could do that too. You're talking about the brown fabric? I mean, because remember, I did use brown to finish my Pendleton wool plaid. All right, so this is just a little black piece of gauze, and it's kind of see-through. So this will go in my summer woven pile. I'll start a new pile for that. Now this is chenille, and I know this was in my mom's stash, so I've got the light pink chenille, I've got a dark pink chenille. These are going to go into, because they're my mom's, I'm not getting rid of them. Let me just start out by saying that. I'm going to keep these, and I may come across a project I want to make with this. So I'm going to start a new category of fabrics that are for crafting or special projects, because this isn't really garment unless I was going to make a bathrobe. But I'm going to save these, and this is going to be, like I said, a category of fabrics I may use for crafting or other such things. And I'm conflicted because I really don't know if I'm ever going to use these, but like I said, they were my mom's, and I'm not ready to give those away. So I'm going to start a thing for that. Put those right here. Okay. Okay, so then I've got this fabric. I've shown you this. I bought this at Sew Expo last year, so it's almost a year old in my stash already. Definitely going to be something this summer. This is going to be summer. This is pink Oxford cloth for shirt making, or I use this to test fit. This is a test fit fabric. Judy says, trying to get inspired for a new project. I find that my huge stash is a detriment to making a decision, paralyzed by choice. No inspiration more than motivation. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good point, Judy, because I'm hoping by making more categories and storing things in smaller groupings that will help me in that department. So like right now, I had all of this fabric I'm showing you. This was all in either my tub or my closet, all mishmashed together. And that's very disabling when it comes to trying to find something you want to sew with. So I'm really hoping if I make each tub the category of what it is, it'll be easier for me. Oh, so teddy bears and chenille pillow or lap throw for my mom to hug. Those are both good ideas. Maybe I will make a teddy bear or a lap throw or a pillow. Those are good ideas for that. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, maybe I can make heart-shaped pillows for my granddaughter to put in her bed, because her favorite color is pink. So maybe I'll use it for that. So those are good ideas. Thank you. All right, so I have this linen. This linen I got at Metro Textiles. Again, I want to make something out of this ASAP. I love this linen. It's a printed Italian linen. I love it. So these two are going in my summer woven pile, which I have. That's going to be a new pile. I'm going to leave that on the table. Here's another piece of linen. This may be accents. I think I have two pieces of it. I do. So these are going to go in my linen pile. This is a very heavyweight crepe, and it's got a texture on one side, and it's got a flat surface on the opposite side. Let me see, am I not clear here? But you can also see it really needs a wash. It's very linty. This was scrunched up in the bottom of my pile. So this I may actually wash and then put away into my winter. This would make really nice winter dress pants. So this I'm going to put in my winter pile, and I'm going to wash it. Lazaro says the pink mom fabric would make a beautiful, simple quilt, something to have when you need to cuddle. That's true. And guess what? I also have it in blue. So blue is going to go, this baby blue color is going to go in my pink, with my pinks. So now I really could make a quilt, because now I have 3 colors. Lynn says, chenille pillow lap throw for your mom to hug. Oh, yes. Yep. Zuri sending a heart. All right. So here.
I can't help you with that.
Oh, that was my phone. That's okay. Shut up. All right. So this fabric right here, I had bought like 20 yards of this. This is the last piece I have. I was using this to test fit pants, And you can see it's got a little bit of stretch to it. So this is going to go into my test fit pile. It's making me very happy to organize my fabrics by use as well as what it is, because I feel very happy that I have these fabrics that I know I can use to cut things out when I'm test fitting things. All right, now this, I wanted to love this fabric for a shirt. It's a double-faced, and I want to say it's like a gauze, but it's a cross-woven plaid. I got this thinking I was going to make my mom a shirt, and then I never did. So I'm not sure what I think about this. I would never wear this color myself, so I'll keep this. Again, this could be something I can use to either test fit something, or if I want to make my mom something, I can make her a top out of this. It's very soft. And I've already pre-washed it. Like, I was all gung-ho to use it, and then I got off of it. Like, sometimes I'll buy something and I'll have an idea for it, and then what happens is life moves on and it doesn't get done. So this was going to be for my mom as a shirt, and maybe it still will, but I'm going to put it in my test fabric box for now. And then this fabric is for a summer dress for my mom. It's like a double gauze. This is really soft and cozy. So this is going to be, I'm going to make my mom a simple, sheath kind of a dress for the summer. So that goes in my summer pile. I'll put it with my linen for now. Here's another piece of inexpensive fleece that's going to go with my green fleece in my winter pile. All right, and then I came upon a bunch of batting. So now I've got, just stuff. So I have a big pile of batting in my closet. I'm going to add this pile of batting to it. I've got some cotton batting. I've got some Pellon fusible fleece, and I've got some shirt tailor interfacing. All of this stuff is going to go in my quilting box that I have that's already organized. I haven't pulled that out yet, but basically I do have a stash of stuff, and I'm just going to put this all together with that pile. Okay, and then this whole pile is going to be, again, test fabric. Now, the only exception is, like, this is just cotton. This is a sheet. This is heavyweight muslin. And then this is probably like a home deck version of, it's a linen, but it's a home deck weight or a winter weight. And I actually might make some pants out of this. But this could be a good fabric to test bias linen, or, if I'm going to test linen pants, I could make this as my first pair. I have a ton of it. I don't even remember where I got this, but there's got to be at least 5 yards here. So this is going to go into my test, and I also might make linen pants pile, and these things are all going into my, test fabric pile, which is now getting to be quite extensive. I'm so happy I pulled that stuff out. That does make me happy. God only knows why I have this. I think someone must have given me this. This is, we have some bugs in the house. I don't know why I even have this fabric. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I have no idea, but it's kind of fun. So I'm going to put this with my chenille into my craft project box. This is a piece of acetate or something. Again, it's a very bright color. I'm going to put this in with my crafting stuff. That's where that's going to go. Okay, so you can see I'm starting to make progress, because look, we've cleared off a lot of stuff. This is just cotton, and actually this is kind of a interesting thing. One of my friends passed away many years ago now, so I can talk about it without being sad. He was such a wonderful person, and I inherited a lot of his sewing stuff. So when I open this up, this is basically, you can see, this is the front and back of a shirt that he was planning to make himself. But there are no sleeves, so I'm going to use this as test fabric for something. So he even labeled it with, you know, with a little, say like a little piece of not scotch tape, masking tape. He wrote down what it was. That's how I know what it is. So I'm going to keep this and use it for, you know, if I can cut something out. I can probably cut myself out a sleeveless white shirt out of these pieces because they're so large, but I will be keeping this and using it for something. Mary, the bug fabric is cotton, so I could do that. The other thing I was thinking is I could use it to make my granddaughter a pillowcase because I bought her a bug, like a bug box that she can paint, and it's got you know, screen on the windows, so when we go hiking she can find things and put them in there. But maybe I can make her a bug pillowcase, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But the market bag is a good idea too. Oh, Tana likes the bug fabric too. It is fun fabric. I'm not getting rid of it. I just don't know why I have it. All right, here's something else that I don't remember purchasing, but it's kind of cool. It's almost like a, it's like a chenille. It's lightweight, it's gray. I have no idea what I would use it for. And it's very wrinkled because it was shoved in the pile in a mess. So this I'm going to put in my, I may want to use it for something someday pile, but I'm really not sure what, because it's non-stretch and it has to be something that's sort of a loose fit, maybe a skirt, you know, something like that. But it is kind of a cool fabric. I'm going to put this in my I might use it someday pile. Okay. Oh, Mary says, oh, she would love that. My grands like the pillowcases from their grandma. Oh, yes. See, that might be a good idea. And then I have the last pile I really have to share with you, which will not surprise you that I have, is I have an extensive collection of denim and twills. This is a very heavy gray. I really want to make a pair of winter pants out of this. So I don't know, I'll probably save it for next year now, but this is a nice gray. I have a piece of, this is actually, I will never probably use this because this is a piece of vintage cotton velvet. And I don't know if you guys know, but in Manchester, Connecticut, we were the velvet mills, like a huge industry for textiles in Manchester, Connecticut. There were the textile mills that are all now converted into apartments, but this was a piece of velvet made out of those mills. And somebody gave this to me a long time ago, and I just keep it in my closet. So I just think that's kind of cool that I have a piece of Manchester cotton velvet. So I have that. I'm just going to keep it with my pants stuff for now. Then I have a piece of blue. This is a blue, just like a cotton, a cotton twill, blue. I have a heavier green. Then I have several pieces of denim, and then this is a black twill. And then I just have 2 more big pieces of denim here. So I've got this huge piece, which is just a nice black denim. And I've got this denim. Let me show you this. This is a very, very nice salvage denim. So if you guys know what salvage denim is. Razzie says we've lost many textile manufacturers. I know, it was very, very, I don't know, it's very interesting to go to the Historical Society, and they have a lot of displays. They have some of the looms there, and it is sad that it's all closed. The apartments, though, I will tell you, are very nice. They're all brick with high floor-to-ceiling windows. That's actually where my husband lived before we got married. He lived in one of the mills. But it is sad that we are losing them. This Japanese salvage denim is made on a narrow loom. So most denim is 60 wide. You can see this one is only 33 inches wide because it's made on a narrow loom, and the salvage edges are very nice. And so that's what you see, like especially in a lot of men's jeans. Salvage denim jeans are very popular for men because they use this as their finished edge. They have a straight side seam. So I do have a piece of this, and because of my shape, I can totally get away with making salvage denim jeans. And I actually have a pattern. The J jean pattern on my website is a salvage denim jean pattern. And if you have similar waist, full hip, and if your measurements are very similar, the salvage denim is a cool choice for jeans. So I will be making a pair of jeans out of this at some point. Okay, so all right, so that really, oh, and then here is what I want to ask you guys about. This is what I don't know what to do with. I have all of these little pieces. I'm going to show you. Oh, Barbara says stuffed toys from the bug fabric. That could be another thing. Yep. I have all of these pieces of fabric that are really too small to do anything with. I mean, I have a ton. You can see it's all here. There's all stuff that I've made stuff out of. And I just don't know what to do with all this fabric. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is all just pieces of that they're like too small to do anything with. The one exception is I am going to keep these. Remember when I made this is my Japanese cottons from Sew Expo last year. I am going to keep these because I will use these all together. I have quite a bit of that. So this actually is not going to go in this pile. This is going to go into I'm going to put this in my crafting pile now because there's no pieces big enough to make a garment per se. So if I do make a garment out of this, it'll be more of a like a wearable art piece. Lazarus says, I think you need a below the knee pencil skirt from the black velvet and maybe a loose kimono over it from that Japanese black and white floral. Ooh, that's a really good pairing, Lazarus. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I don't own a pencil skirt. Maybe I need to make myself one. Zuri says, I didn't know about salvage denim. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, and you've got to go. Thank you for sharing my process. Well, thank you. I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty quick because I do want to keep going, and I'm going to post pictures of the reorganized closet in my community tab and in my Facebook group so you can see the results of how I put everything back. Like I said, I think I'm just overwhelmed that this is all taking so long because I'm not just, pushing things into corners. I'm going into the corners and it's taking forever. This piece of linen, I made something out of this and it's just my perfect color. And there's a piece here, but it's really not big enough to make anything with. So these are the things I don't know what to do with. I've got all of these pieces from various things. This is the Luxe flannel fleece that I made my husband's shirt jacket from. This is the rest of the silk charmeuse from my dress I have in the background. This was a disaster. I was making myself a fleece vest and I screwed it up. So I have the back pieces here. I threw the front pieces away because I messed them up. So I have two pieces from a vest. This is leftover rib knit I have from a shirt. I've got leftover rib knit. I have a whole bunch of leftover. This is all leftover fabric. And I'm really not sure what to do with this. So if anybody has good ideas for what to do with this pile, all of this stuff. So it's cottons, it's flannels, it's fleeces. What is going on with my thing? Get up there. So this is really what I don't know what to do with. Oh, Bettina says maybe some handbags. Maybe. Like these, I made pants out of these. So this, I have a pair of pants already, and there's really not enough to make anything else out of it. So this is the fabric that I would likely just give away, probably, this pile. Because look how big it is. And I guarantee you, I probably won't do, well, not these cotton ones. These cotton ones I'm going to put in my crafting pile. But like the rest of these things, I just, look, I was practicing serging on this piece of felted wool sweater. That I think I'm just going to put in the garbage. So that's how it's going. But I do collars and cuffs on shirts, pockets, bias trim. Those are all good suggestions. Maybe I'll just keep a tub of, I mean, this isn't that big that I can't just keep a tub of it, just scraps. Because I guess you never know when you might need it. You know what I mean? I might use it for something. Especially the knit. Definitely I could make knit binding from that. So maybe I'll keep it and just have it be a scrap bin. All right, so that's, oh, I forgot. I have one other thing I want to show you. So all of these scraps, maybe just a scrap bin then. Let me just put it over here. All right, I have one other thing to show you. In addition to fabric, oh, pocketing fabric. That's a good idea, Lean. All right, I have more to show you. I'm sorry. So over here, in addition to finding fabric, I also found things like, see this right here? I salvaged this, and you can see I've already cut into it, like I used a piece of it for something. See how there's a piece missing? This is really nice velvety fleece. So I may cut this up. Another bin is going to be garments I'm going to salvage fabric from. Because sometimes a garment has nicer fabric than you can get. And you can see I've already started cutting this apart. So I'm going to save this because I may make something out of this. So there's one thing. Then this was one of my mom's shirts, and I just felt like it was a really pretty, let me just make this a little darker, you know, a really pretty embroidered knit. Again, I'm going to keep that. Maybe I'll make something out of it. This is my daughter's tunic that she doesn't wear anymore. Again, that's a lot of knit, so I'm going to save that to make something out of. Then I found a bunch of samples too. I'll show you those in a minute. But look at this. This used to fit onto me. Look how tiny this shirt is. I probably couldn't fit half of myself in this, but I used to be this size. This is one of my original tee samples. So it's going to go in my sample box. Here's a piece of felted sweater. I'm going to save that. This is my dad's shirt, and it's a really nice waffle knit. So again, I'm going to save this to maybe make something out of it. So some of my fabric is not yardage. It's actual garments that I either got from my family or I bought from Salvation Army. And then I saved certain things to use as fabric. So like this right here, I thought this was really cool. Look at this. This is a shirt that I bought from Anthropologie a long time ago. Again, see how small it is. This would never fit me anymore. But look at this neat detail. So not only could I use this on something, but I could also recreate this detail. So this is like a design idea. I'm going to save that. This is a shirt that I used to wear. Look how tiny it is. Look how tiny. Teeny, teeny. I mean, this measures from across the under bust, measures 13 to 28. So This is 15 inches. This is only 30 inches around. So I was tiny back then. But I was thinking I might want to design something like this. I just thought this was cool. So I'm going to save that as a design idea. This was my favorite sporty pullover top with a hood that I used to wear. And I love it. You can see the binding finishes the, like the quarter button up, and then it continues around the hood. I thought this was really cool. And it has like, it has racing stripes down the side made from a triple cover hem, or maybe that's a flat lock. I'm sorry, flat lock right there. That's a chain stitch. So this is again, and this used to fit me. Look how tiny I used to be. So this is another design idea I'm going to keep. And then, is there any other design ideas? I have a bunch of samples. Like here's a cuff from a cashmere sweater. Ribbing from cashmere sweater. I might use that for something. Here's another t-shirt that I wore to death, and it's got this interesting print with beading on it. So I might use this for something. So some of these things I've been saving either to use as, fabric into something, or just as a design idea. This is just some nice pieces of denim that I'm going to save. And then some more denim. As you can see, I cut, there's barely anything left here. This is a piece of skirt. And then this sweater right here, I wore this sweater to death. And there's no way this sweater is going to fit me anymore, but I have a specific plan for this. I don't know if any of you do this, but I like to take my fleece vest, and when I'm not wearing it around my arms, I fold it down and just zip it up so it wraps around my lower core body when I'm hiking. So I'm going to cut this off right at the armhole, and I'm going to call it a butt warmer, where literally it's going to zip on and like go over my leggings, or almost like a winter skirt to go over pants, basically. So that's what I'm going to make from this sweater. This sweater, I wore this to death. It's Eastern Mountain Sports, and it's like a size tiny, a medium. Like I haven't been a size medium forever, but I do have a plan for this. And I'll share it with you when I work on it. So I'm just going to save that. And then I have a few other things here. I have a piece of cashmere square that I salvaged from a sweater. And then this is a pink zip-up cardigan that has holes all over it. I mean, there's so many holes that I don't think I'm going to fix it. I may cut it apart and use the fabric for something. So this is a hot pink, or just a very bright pink sweater. Okay, so there's that. So see, I have, in addition to, yardage, I have fabric and garments that I'm going to keep. And then I have a bunch of things that I made, like, I don't know what to do with something like this. Remember when I was trying to do my embroidery on top of my Frenchy jeans and it never worked out? Because when I embroidered, it got rid of the stretch and then I couldn't fit into it. So this whole thing, all of this work is like for nothing, basically, and I never even finished the designs to sell them. So that's just a sort of a symptom of I have so many things I want to do and I don't have time to do them all. But basically, I have a couple different versions of this in my closet. I really don't know what to do with it because I can't wear it, and it's a lot of work, but also it's not really anything. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do with this. I think for now I'm going to include it in my I might do something with it pile. Because I have two different versions. Here's another version. Here's my first try. So I've got two of them when I was really on a mission. So maybe I'll think of something to use this for. All right, and then these, last thing I'm going to show you is, this is my favorite brand of jeans, True Religion. This was my favorite style jean they made. And the reason why I'm keeping this is because I'm going to make this into a pattern where the inseam rotates to the center back of the leg. So when you're wearing it, see in the front, you've got the side seam comes to near center, and then in the back, the big flat felt seam goes to the center of the hem. So I'm keeping these because they do not fit me and I don't ever expect to fit back into them, but I'm keeping these because I want to design this twisted leg like this. So you can see up at the top, see how it starts like a traditional inseam and then it literally rotates around to the back. So that's something I'm saving because I want to make this style jean. So that's all my stuff. And now I feel like I'm sitting in this giant mess. But I do want to thank everybody for coming today. I promise you, this is my solemn promise, I am going to continue to work on this today until my closet is completely put back together. And then I'm going to post pictures of it and I'll put it in the community tab so you can see my progress. And then I'm also going to be across the hall. What I didn't show you was I spent all day on Wednesday cleaning Abby's old room, which is going to be my overflow room, also where I'm going to move Anna into there. So it's sort of a, like I said, a trifecta of things that I'm working on. But I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to get all these fabrics under control. I'm going to get my fabric in my closet put away properly. I have a few other things in there that I don't know. Oh, Julie says I could cut the flowers out and use them on a jean jacket or a vest or something. I could. I'm not going to get rid of those things. That was a lot of work. I will figure out some way to use that. But in any case, I am going to finish the closet today. And I will post pictures, like I said, and put them in my on the community tab as a post. And remember, next week, no cleaning. Next week, we're going to have some special guests here, so join me for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then the following Friday is my goal to finish this room. I've got huge sections of it organized. I just need to whip it all together now. So thank you guys for watching me. I appreciate it because I don't think I would ever have attempted to clean my studio if I didn't carve out the time to do it during FabFit Friday. So I really appreciate you guys following along with me. And that's it. That's it. So yay. Woo, it's already 20 after 2. So thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you again next week with a fun guests on my channel. All right. Okay. Bye.